Hey guys, this is Jake Andronico with Address Income, and this is Behind the Sale. So behind this sale, this was really interesting. I saw this just actually browsing Zillow, and I noticed that the listing agent had put in the description that a tenant was occupying the property and the lease was out until next year in July. So I found this in November, and so that kind of piqued my interest. I called them up and I asked what was going on, and they actually had another property that was also a rental that the owner wanted to sell as well. So I had an investor in mind for this. I had a client in mind, and I asked the listing agent, would the seller be interested in selling both of these properties at the same time? Would that be beneficial to them? And he said, heck yes. So that got my wheels turning. And after running some comps, this was originally listed at $499,000. There was definitely some value. This one, Santa Rosa down here, wasn't in the most amazing condition. Diana Court was definitely in better condition, but the buyer ended up getting this property for $425,000. So it had some instant value baked in. This property was already rented for $2,300 a month, and the client was going to keep it as a rental anyway. He's doing a 1031 exchange, so this worked out super well. And the tenants got to stay in place at the same exact rent that they were renting previously from the previous owner. This was the other property in the Northwest. So this again was a 2-home package deal for this client, and the seller wanted to sell both of these properties at the same time to just get them off their plate. So you can see here the comps are pretty significant. It's a really nice part of the Northwest in Reno, and this is over 1,800 square feet. The comps were in the mid to high 500s, and they were all under 1,400 square feet, some under 1,300 square feet. So this property definitely needed some work inside. The tenants had been in there for about 8+ years, but he's gonna clean it up, make it nice, rent it out, and we were projecting around $2,600, $2,650 for rent when looking at the rental comps here. So this is on the same street. And again, these are much smaller properties, right around the $2,300 to $2,500 range. So that additional 400 to 500 square feet is going to definitely impact the rental amount. So we felt comfortable with projecting around that $2,600, $2,650 in rent. And then the other property, like I mentioned, was already rented in its current condition for $2,300. So we felt cleaned up, some improvements made, fresh paint, fresh flooring, things like that. $2,500 per month is definitely possible. You can see that's the direct comp of the property. Previously rented for $2,300, still currently is. Down the road, a very similar square footage and bed bath over $2,500 at $2,550, and kind of around that $23 to $2,550 range, $2,450 here. So again, cleaned up nice. We're comfortable with that $2,500 range. So the buyer was able to get 2 properties at a great deal. The seller was able to sell both properties simultaneously, which was their goal. So it was a win-win, and the tenant got to stay in their current rental, met the new owner, exchanged contact information. Everything's going smoothly there. This was an awesome sale for everyone involved. And if you're looking for value in the marketplace for single family or multifamily and want a different way to see things based on math, data, and analytics, feel free to schedule a strategy session down below. I'd love to chat.